Brexit is and was and will be a total disaster.
The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades.
U.S. exporters are crying foul as the price of shipping containers spikes.
A giant container ship wedged from bank to bank, blocking one of the world's most important shipping lanes.
As an Amazon FBA seller that's based in the UK, the past 3 years have been pretty challenging to say the least. We've had to deal with the impact of Brexit, a global pandemic, surging shipping costs, and a boat that got blocked down the Suez Canal. Yeah, the word challenging probably just about sums up the absolute chaos that us Amazon FBA sellers have had to deal with. But as of 2023 so far, selling on Amazon compared to the last 3 years is like being in paradise. So much so that I would say that if you're sat on the sidelines waiting to get started, you might want to use this window of opportunity to jump right on in. And here's why. From the beginning of 2020, the cost of shipping products from China-based suppliers all the way to the UK started to rapidly increase, and that was down to two factors. The first was that the impact of Britain leaving the EU meant that the entire importing and customs process had to be entirely overhauled, which led to delays at border control and ultimately had a knock-on impact on costs. Secondly, as we all know too well, the spread of COVID-19 caused ports around the world to close and ship journeys to be massively lengthened or cancelled altogether, killing supply and then causing costs to spiral out of control. For some of my students, this surge in costs meant that on average, they were paying upwards of £10 a unit, and that's just for shipping, which eradicated much, if not all, of their profit. It really wasn't a great time to be selling products with Amazon, especially ones that were large and bulky. Thankfully though, during the first months of 2022, as the UK got used to the implications of Brexit and the world gradually started to reopen after the pandemic passed, transport costs began to rapidly fall, which caused many Amazon FBA products to become profitable again. My student George from the Smashers Academy is currently paying around £1 shipping cost per unit of his product, and that compares to him paying £7 a unit at the peak of all of this shipping madness in 2021. And the cost of shipping that he's currently paying, that isn't expected to change in the near future, which provides him and anybody else that's selling on Amazon FBA or is looking to start selling with Amazon FBA a great opportunity to continue finding products to sell profitably online. At the height of the pandemic, when everybody was seemingly shopping online, in response to running out of storage space, Amazon made the decision to restrict how many units that sellers could send into their warehouses. These restock limits, as they were called, were seemingly being applied to sellers completely at random on a weekly basis, which caused headaches for sellers because when you combined these restock limits with shipping delays and surging costs, it made planning incredibly difficult to do. But as Amazon started to increase more and more warehouses across the country and their capacity increased, so too did sellers' restock limits, except for those that were brand new to the Amazon selling platform, who were only given a 1,000 unit limit no matter what, until they proved to Amazon that they could indeed sell. Now, for beginners, this limitation was sometimes a bit off-putting, which resulted in some people deciding that selling on Amazon just wasn't worth the bother because they didn't want to have to arrange third-party storage solutions on top of all of the other complications that you face when you sell on Amazon. But good news for those of you watching, whether you were put off previously or not, as of 2023, Amazon has realized that they've actually now got way too much storage space now that all of the shops on the high street have reopened, and they've changed their policy. But this time, they're giving new sellers the preferential treatment by not giving them any limitation on how much they can send in at all. The new system, which is called the Inventory Capacity Monitor, that dictates how much you can send in according to the storage space that it takes up, instead of the number of units that you want to send in, which is a much more sensible approach. The amount of storage space that you're given is set on a monthly basis and set based on the amount of units that you've sold historically and that you're expected to sell in the near term. But for new sellers, because you don't have any selling experience, no limitation is applied at all for the first 3 months, which means that you can send in all of your first stock order without worrying that Amazon will refuse to accept it. This new storage system makes way more sense, it's way more streamlined, and it provides a far better proposition for beginners that want to get started today. So if you are someone that has been sat on the sidelines watching Amazon FBA related content for the past few years, just waiting for the moment to strike, in my view, given the insane amount that Amazon continues to grow month on month and the much improved selling conditions for beginners, the time is now right to get started and give yourself another income stream by selling your own products with Amazon FBA. If you want to learn step by step how you can discover, source and launch your own profitable products, then take a look at my beginner to advanced Amazon FBA training scheme, the Smashers Academy. We've got over 1,000 members that have all taken action and learnt about this amazing opportunity. So if it sounds of interest to you, click the link in the description. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.